I wanted to talk about the Hack Slash Omnibus Volume 1 that I recently laid my hands on. Hack Slash is a series that I didn't know a lot about until I bought the omnibus, but the description sounded interesting. It's about a young woman called Cassie Hack, and she goes around with her companion Vlad, who is a sort of like Sloth off the Goon. He's a great big guy with a deformed head and face. And they track down slashers. These are different to serial killers in that a slasher is normally someone with a supernatural or special ability. That means they need special people to track them down, i.e. Cassie and Vlad. She knows all about this kind of stuff because her mum was one of these. She's an undead dinner lady killer that she had to shoot in the face in order to stop, and that set her on this path. It's written by Tim Seeley, and there are a variety of different artists within this omnibus, which collects 15 different stories, 6 of which are just a short bit called trailers, where they're sort of mock movie trailers, which are quite fun. And I put my favourites up at the bottom, the artists. They do vary wildly in the art styles as well. The one that I liked least, solely because of the art style, was an Evil Ernie crossover. It just didn't appeal to me whatsoever, and I found it actually off-putting to read when I was going through it. But otherwise, the omnibus is great value. It's about 300 pages long. It's got very high quality printing. It's bound really well. And it's a nice size. It's sort of a trade size, but just the right thickness that you can actually manageably read it. Because a lot of the time with these special edition hardbacks or omnibuses, you can find that they're lovely to look at, but reading as a comic fan, they're actually really difficult to read and actually a pain in the backside, which is why I tend to get a lot on digital, and then if I like them, I'll buy them in a bigger format. This is paperback though. What's good about this series is that whilst they're sort of all, this is a collection of sort of one-shot comics while they were trying to get the character of the series going, you get a lot of character development in them, which you wouldn't think for something that's a sort of meta-knowing, not parody, but play on the sort of slasher cinema genre of like the 70s and 80s. With Cassie Hack, there are always little subtle undertones that she wishes she could just be a normal young woman, and that she could have a boyfriend and someone to love her and a normal life, but she always tries to pull herself away from that at the end, and it doesn't become just a sort of a repeating trope. It's actually a reason for it. Like, she'll be on a job and she'll find that she's pretending to be like a bimbo, and she'll be attracted to a guy that she's trying to protect, and then she'll find that he's got a boyfriend. She's a girlfriend even, or got a boyfriend, but she'll find that she wants him to be her boyfriend, and that he's got a girlfriend, and then she'll actually be disappointed, and that all comes across in very, very good writing, and I think it really adds to the character. Same with Vlad, just because he looks like a monster, he's quite happy, reading comic books and playing with toys and that. And when he goes to Comic-Con for one of them, he gets on well with the creators because they just like talking about comics, and it's just nice little things like that add to the series. But I like this so much, I'm going to buy the next volume of the omnibus, which I think is the proper sort of ongoing series that it collects, and I think it's really good for anyone who's interested in sort of horror cinema and the sort of monster movies and slasher movies, and wants something that's got its tongue in its cheek, but not so much that it's sort of nudge winking all the time at the camera, as it were, and that is actually a fun, exciting, interesting read. This is the kind of book where you pick it up, you read a quick story in it, you put it down, and then you might come back the next day and read another book. You're not expected to sit there and just wade through all of them, because it's sort of one ongoing narrative, although they do all link up and reference each other. It very much feels as though it's designed to pick up and then put down again. So yeah, Hack Slash Omnibus Volume 1, definitely worth buying, and I say it's one of the few that I'll say is worth getting actually in sort of proper trade format as opposed to digital.